Excuse me. Move. Hi, and welcome back. Told you we'd be doing something with the peppers. We have fermented the peppers. The sugars have already been fermented. I pH tested this. This is out of 4 now. So it is good to go. We're going to go ahead and stop the ferment and make up some barbecue sauce / pepper sauce because we're going to be using this. And we're going to be barbecuing. I bought the cheapest brisket I could find, which was not cheap. We're going to go ahead and put this out on the barbecue. And we're going to let this barbecue for a while. And then we're going to go ahead and make and can up the sauce. So let's get started. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and, in a pot, dump our pot pepper sauce. Now, this smells like bell pepper, but it doesn't have the sweet taste to it. It actually has a little bit of a spice taste to it. I would say that this would be a mild picante type of heat to it. Bell peppers do have capsaicin in it. They are going to get spicy whenever you ferment them. It just depends on the sugar content of the fruit, whether it's going to be sweet or spicy. Now that we've gotten rid of all the sugar content by fermenting it in with the salt, now we have a very mild, spicy type of hot sauce. Now, you can go ahead and just reduce this yourself and use it kind of like buffalo sauce or hot sauce. But we're going to go ahead and make a barbecue sauce. We're going to go ahead and start warming this up. Whenever this comes to just about boiling, that's whenever the bacteria in the liquid will actually die. And the fermenting will stop. In a blender, we're going to go ahead and add some pineapple. You can add any fruit to this. You can use tomatoes. There's no reason why you can't use tomatoes. I'm actually going to use tomato paste in this, but I am also going to go ahead and add a kind of a tart, sweet tart taste to it by adding pineapple. And to this, I'm going to be adding 2 pounds. I did buy my pineapples already cut because I don't want to have to go through the work of having to do all that real quick. You can, if you want. I mean, it's more expensive this way, but I do find that it is more convenient. Than having to buy it whole and core it and everything else. To this, I'm also going to add 1 onion. This is something that I bought over at the Asian store. 1 to 2 cans of tomato paste. This is a 12-ounce can, so they're bigger than the little tiny ones that you get at the store. Okay. And garlic. I buy mine peeled. If I have to buy it, I will buy it peeled and already in the bag for me. Convenience. So this is going to be about 1/4 of a cup of garlic in clove form. Or 1 really nice handful, plus a few. Cut up your onion. Rinse off what you've cut. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and blend this all up. Notice I haven't added the tomato paste yet. We're going to go ahead and add that to the pot as it is cooking. These flies are terrible. I mean, it's the season. We have been having storms come through here from the north, going north, or traveling southeast to us. Yesterday, we actually had a tornado warning in the next county, and the next town over, which is about 20 miles over. Didn't get a drop of rain. Not from that storm. Okay, take off the lid and dump it in the pan. And if you feel that that's not enough, add more pineapple, onion, and garlic. So ideally, what you want to do is that you want to mix everything together and taste it. See if it needs anything. Salt, brown sugar, molasses, whatever. I feel we could do one more box of pineapple. The onion is okay and the garlic is okay. So if you haven't, noticed that I am actually making this recipe up. So most of my recipes come out really, really good whenever I don't have a recipe written down. Another reason why I'm filming this, so that way I know what I did. And I do believe that's it for the blender. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let this cook and simmer for about 10-15 minutes. Make sure it comes up to a nice slow boil. Make sure all that bacteria is dead, because whenever we jar this, we don't want it to ferment inside the jars, inside the steel jars, and then blow the lid, and then you've just wasted food. Alright, so now that it's warmed up and kind of bubbly a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. This is stuff that I made myself. That will help with the acidity whenever we can it. Half a cup of molasses. It's a lot, but yes. You want to taste it at every interval. If it needs more, add more. This is plenty. Okay, we are going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon at a time of ground cumin. You want to taste as you're adding spices. Cumin gives it that barbecue smoke flavor. One more. Now we're going to add 1 can at a time of tomato paste, and you want it to be thick enough to where you want it to be sauce and be able to coat the meat. Right now you have a thin sauce, which may or may not coat. You can use it as marinade right now, but you want it thicker. Now, you do have the option of cooking this down for hours to where until it gets actually thick enough. I'm not gonna do that. Tomato paste. You can also add flour, cornstarch, any type of thickener. Tomato paste is a non-chemical, grain way of thickening up barbecue sauce. Now, after you add the tomato paste, check the salt. Tomato paste actually disperses the salt taste in the food. Are you wanting out? There you go. And while you're doing this, don't ignore the meat. Oh, it's getting sweeter. But we are going to need that one more can. Now, I did last year do a series of barbecues and marinades out of a 1930s cookbook of how to build barbecues, as well as the recipes that were in there. I didn't do all the recipes because they had sides, like corn salad and potato salad, things of that nature. But the barbecue sauces were very interesting to me because most of them were vinegar based. If you want to go ahead and check them out, they're on my channel. But this one's mine. This one is mine. Now I'm going to add half this can, test it. If it starts becoming too tomatoey, I'll add more vinegar. Let's play a game of how full we can make the pot without making a mess. It's at the right consistency. See how it kind of clumps up the top? And that is done. We can actually put these in jars right now. I think I'm going to start doing that before I spill everything over. I found these on Amazon. They're actually drinking cups. They come with the straws and the lids with the hole in the middle. But you can use regular size flats and rings for these, and you can water bath in these. Many people have. I've had these for a while. I just haven't had the perfect thing to can them in yet until now. Now let's go ahead and see if I can get these filled without making too much of a mess. These are about 1.5 pints in size. So we're going to go ahead and water bath these for about 30 minutes. Wipe off the tops and debubble. You need a nice good seal on there. Now that the fermentation has stopped on the peppers, there should be no fermentation inside of the jar. What that'll do is it'll create more gas. The lid will pop off, food will spoil. Now if you want to test the pH of these, now is going to be the time to do it. Take your pH strip. You got your indicators here. Dip it real quick. Get the solids off. Give it a minute. We're not at 5 anymore. We're closer in between, closer to 4 than we are 3, but that's good. That means we're between 4 and 3. 4.8 is, in between 4 and 5 is where you want to be for water bathing. This is a little bit more acidic than that, which means no bacteria is going to grow. Okay, you want these finger tight. If you tie them down too tight, what's going to happen is that the lids are going to bunch and you won't get any type of good seal. I've got about another half a pot of this. I'm going to go ahead and fill other jars with it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so these we're going to hard boil for 30 minutes and then take them out, because these are about 1.5 pints. So you want to do this for more like quart times than anything else, because these are odd shaped, odd sized vessels. You kind of want to go higher than what you think they are. So 35 minutes will be good. And I kept the leftovers in another jar, so you can go ahead and use this for food. Put this in the refrigerator. Got a little bit crispy on the fat side, but it's okay because we are perfectly at medium rare stage, which is where we like it. Okay, here's the brisket. It is perfectly done. Like I said, a little bit crispy on the edges. And then you can go ahead and add your potato salad that you bought from the store. Show away this and the sky raisins, and you have your barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce, pepper sauce, hot sauce, whatever you want to call it. It's just good. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I will not be here next week. I have something already uploaded and ready for you to be released next week. It's just an Aldi's haul. Hope you enjoyed it. Will enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed shopping. And if you try this, out. Let me know. See how you like it. I make up my own recipes. This is more like a journal of me knowing what I actually used, so I can duplicate it. So if you let me know if you added something, if you used plums instead of pineapple or tomatoes, and how you liked it. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.